Now this is cool. Hey Jenzy, guess where we are?
We're at Heimos' Poinsettia Open House.
Well, guess who we are?
I'm Jen Zurko.
She's editor of GrowerTalks. I'm Chris Beytes, editor-in-chief of GrowerTalks. So we both have new titles. We got to show them off a little bit.
I gotta remember.
Basically, it doesn't mean anything. We just write, tell the stories that you guys want to hear, and make the videos like at the 16th annual Heimos/Millstadt Young Plants Poinsettia Open House. And we're here to look at poinsettias. And how many poinsettias?
164 varieties.
New and existing, but fairly new. 164, but
there's 400 in the secret area.
They won't show us.
No, they won't.
You'll never find them. There's 1.5 million poinsettias in bloom in the back, 45 acres of greenhouses. It's an impressive sight. So if you get a chance to come to the Heimos/Millstadt trials, do so, but we are here for you. We're gonna look at half a dozen or so breeding companies' genetics, and we're going to start with, well, we're not doing it in alphabetical order.
No.
We basically grabbed whoever was ready to talk to us.
People who looked lonely and needed to be talked to.
And the first one was?
Laurentina from Suntory. No, she didn't look lonely.
No, but she was happy to show us
Yes.
new Suntory Poinsettias. Let's go look at those first.
Okay.
Now, you know, we don't call these poinsettias.
No, they're euphorbias.
They are euphorbias, hybrid euphorbias, called Poinsettias from Suntory. Why are we looking at these at a poinsettia trial?
Because they still sell them for Christmas.
That's right. They're a relative of poinsettias. They're a type of poinsettia. And for some time, Suntory, the breeder, has had a sub-series called Queen, which is a more vigorous poinsettia. Beautiful little white edge on there. Well, they have added 3 queens to the Queen collection. To the left, Osvaldo. This one is Rose Punch. I tend to like it best of the 3 editions because it most closely matches pink, rich, deep color. It's gotten, if you see flags sticking up out of the poinsettias or poinsettias, it means someone's voted for them as favorites.
And they like them.
To the left is one called Shell Pink.
That one's a little bit shorter than the other ones.
That was a cultural thing, though.
Yeah.
They said it should normally be just as big as Rose Punch is. Bright, light pink bracts. And then if we come down further, and I hope the light is not playing too many tricks here, this one is Poinsettia Queen, hot pink.
And this is 7.5 to 8 week, and container size is up to 8 inch.
Yeah, kind of can time with your regular poinsettia crop. Now, Osvaldo, come along this way past all the existing poinsettias to something really exciting. The first glitter types, you might say, in the poinsettias. They call them sparklings.
Sparklings.
And why did they call them sparkling?
Because they have the novelty pattern on them.
Yes, but they wanted to think of champagne, bubbles. And let me pick one up here. I'll pick this one up right here so we can get it up close for Osvaldo. This one is Sparkling Rosé. And the little bubbles are the little speckles that you see. As we say, sort of a glitter type among poinsettias, but this is a poinsettia.
She said, Laurentina said this was light pink to white or blush variegation.
That's right. And then the other color, and you talk about flags for voting.
Oh yeah, oh my
Look at
gosh,
this.
everyone likes this.
This is, oh, that flag is holding that one.
Oh.
I can't grab it. This is Sparkling Rouge. And it is a dark pink to light pink. Am I correct there?
Yes.
So it's a whole new category of color for the poinsettias. If you want to add those to your collection or add to your poinsettia collection.
And they also have one more of the smaller type poinsettias. That's the pure red that's right here.
Oh, that's right. I shouldn't forget that because,
Yeah.
well, everybody
Red is
needs a red,
king, right, for
whether you're
poinsettias?
talking euphorbias or poinsettias. Poinsettia red has been their traditional red offering for years. They are upgrading that. It's not a direct replacement, but they say it could be. This is pure red.
Yeah, and Laurentina said that the pure red actually has a red cyathium compared to the old red.
That has more, the more green, so a little tint there. All right, next on our list are the folks at Beekenkamp.
Correct.
I think they're over that away. Or was
Somewhere.
it that away? Let's go this away.
Okay.
Look, Jenzie, we found the Beekenkamps.
Yeah.
Including Robin Red, one of their leaders. And you see other colors in here. I think people have been showing side by sides how the whites go with the reds and things like that. This is the one we're looking for right here. This is called Luna. Pick one up, Jen, so you can do the Carol Merrill modeling of it for Osvaldo, because what Beekenkamp pointed out to us was a very strong V shape and strong branching. And by the way, those two things, well, there's about 3 or 4 buzzwords this year for breeding. V-shaped habit was one of them. I'll tell you some others in another scene here. But V-shaped habit, Luna has it. It also won a shelf life award in the Netherlands against competing varieties. Otherwise, it looks like a good red, medium foliage, nice bracts, nice cyathium.
Quite a traditional poinsettia, but it's more ideal for northern growers. Because if you look kind of at the trial, it's not real heat tolerant.
That is a point. And Osvaldo, pan across a bit. The front plants were black clothed, and the back plants were natural day. And in this particular case, you can see heat delay caused by 100-degree heat for 5 days.
Yeah, Amy struggled this year, she said.
They did. So maybe not great for the homestead growers, but great every place else. That's Luna from Beekenkamp, a 7.5-week variety. Now, next on the list, a little breeding company called Dummen Orange.
Oh yeah, I've heard of them.
We are now looking at new varieties from Dummen Orange, are we not, Jenzie?
We are.
And the first one, why don't you scoop one of those jewels up so the folks can see this poinsettia variety called Red Jewel. And aptly named, I think. That is a rich jewel tone color. This is a later variety though, is it not?
Yes, for fundraisers, churches.
Yeah, 8.5-week variety, so this is well into December. Florist quality, I think, is probably what you could get out of this. Dark red bracts, dark red foliage to match. And so that one is called
Red Jewel.
Red Jewel. And if, Jenzie, if you would scoop up this little slice of heaven down here. I really like this one. We love pointing out novelties. Now, novelties are like a tiny percentage of the sales, much less important than a basic red. But when you get something like this, you've got to talk about it. This one is called Red Ribbons. Now, pretty obviously an oak leaf bract, small little bracts, but many of them. And they say this is naturally branching to where you don't even need to pinch it.
That's right, and it works from anywhere from minis to a tree.
2.5 inch up to massive sort of thing. So that one's called Red Ribbons. Any other little attributes? They say it is amazing to decorate with.
Yes.
Because you can, again, do it in so many different sizes and shapes. I can see that in a centerpiece.
Oh yeah, beautiful.
With some white mums or something like that. So that is Red Ribbons from Dummen Orange. Who's next?
This is a public service announcement. Anyone who thinks that poinsettias are poisonous, that is a myth. And we are actually going to demonstrate that by having Chris actually eat a poinsettia branch.
Yes, I am. This is a variety called Ranch Red from Rinehart poinsettias. Suitably named, you might know the Eckie Ranch. This is a freshly plucked poinsettia bract. I am eating it right now.
Well, what do you need ranch dressing with Ranch Red?
You're right. It would improve it immensely.
Hopefully you're not going to spill everywhere. Oh my God. Does it make it taste better?
Much better.
Really? Here, wipe your mouth. There you go. So wait, okay.
I ate a poinsettia.
And look, he's not dead.
I'm living to tell about it.
Yes.
I'm not even foaming at the mouth. Is it something you want to sprinkle on your salad?
Probably not.
Not necessarily.
Nah, right.
If you ate 60 pounds of them, yes, you'll probably get sick. But poinsettias,
not fatal.
Safe. And somewhat tasty with ranch dressing.
Really? I think anything with ranch dressing, you could put it on anything. Last year, Chris, there was some news at the Heimos Poinsettia Open House that Express Seed acquired the exclusive license for Syngenta's poinsettia.
That is true, and those Syngenta varieties go all the way back to the Fisher days.
There's
Some
some
old, but fairly venerable varieties. Well, the news this year is that Steve Rinehart longtime poinsettia breeder, former COO of the Ecke Ranch,
That's right.
talk about, poinsettia royalty, is now doing breeding work for Express.
That's right.
And all the details aren't out yet. He still has his Rinehart breeding company, so you still see Rinehart varieties like Ranch Red and Legacy and Rojo and Pure White, but you're going to see new genetics coming out, and they don't really know if it's going to be under the Rinehart name, the Express name, or maybe a third name.
Right.
Like possibly their In Bloom brand.
Which is their indoor potted plant collection.
Anyway, so that's a long story to get to a variety called...
Ruby Red.
Where is Ruby Red? There it is! Perfect timing. And look at all these vote flags. Ruby Red is under the Express seed.
Right. They actually
label.
introduced this last year, but Rebecca was saying that they didn't have as much inventory, and now they have a full stock of all of Ruby Red.
Right. It's gotten 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 first place votes down there. Tell us the attributes of this other than truly a ruby red, deep color against really dark leaves.
Well, Rebecca was saying too, this is really a black cloth type of poinsettia. She said that it's ideal to grow it under black cloth.
Not so much natural days.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
And then the smaller bracts for better sleeving, and you can grow it from the mini 2-inch to up to a 10-inch. It's 7.5, 8 weeks. Yeah, and there's some good branching on it.
Yeah,
she
and
said, so it's good
I don't know if you can see the color difference. It's so hard to show reds against one another.
Yeah,
but Osvaldo, if your camera is doing its thing, it certainly should look darker than the Mirage Red next to it there. Also an Express branded variety.
There was one other one too that Steve showed us, which is over this way. One of the things that Rebecca pointed out when we were talking about Express and poinsettias is that the next couple of years we're going to see them look at the whole collection. They're going to weed out some things, replace some other things, and really build a comprehensive collection of poinsettias for all different types in all different regions.
Well, in the meantime, they're adding varieties, or at least Rinehart is,
yes,
which Express will be selling. This is a new Rinehart poinsettia called Fortuna Red. Fortuna Red. It's actually already available in Europe. Florensis is distributing it over there. This is an 8-week variety, and they talked about all the attributes we were looking for at the trials. In fact, I mentioned that. Very upright, V-shaped habit, early to bloom, but long-lasting cyathium. And in Steve Rinehart's case, always very prominent cyathium. If you see a poinsettia with a lot of yellow right in the top, chances are it's a Rinehart variety. Anything else? This would go for 4-inch through 8-inch pot sizes. And again, it's an 8-week variety, so a little bit later variety. That's Fortuna Red from Rinehart. There's more than just poinsettias here at Millstadt. They open it up to sponsors of all types, like chemical companies, fertilizer companies, containers and decor ideas. Mickey's Minis is here, a sister company to Heimos and Millstadt. And they give you some ideas about what you can do with your poinsettias. And even alternative crops for the holidays. Two seemingly identical poinsettias from the breeding company Selecta, but there are differences. I am holding Christmas Chorus.
Yes, and I am holding Christmas Song.
Yes, Christmas Chorus. Oh, we're in the way of the guy who describes these.
We're
Gary
on
Vollmer.
camera.
No, just
Thank
keep
you,
doing your
Gary
thing. This is live to tape right here.
You again?
I mean, we could not talk about your varieties if you want.
Hey, it's Gary Vollmer from Dummen, folks. Keep it rolling.
Here, come past us.
Keep it rolling. Yes.
Keep it rolling.
There you go. You go that way, we'll go this way. Both of these are what Gary Vollmer would term a modern poinsettia.
And why are they modern, Chris?
Well, a deep V habit. I think you can see that, Osvaldo. Makes it very easy to sleeve separate on the bench. In fact, you can look down on top of them and see individual plants. Very sturdy, early to bloom, but late to flower.
So it lasts longer.
And smaller foliage and moderate-sized bracts and cyathium. They aren't going for giant florist quality bracts or anything like that, so they're more durable. They hold up better.
And easier to sleeve.
So these have that attribute. Mine, Christmas Chorus, is a 7.5 week.
And mine is 8.5 weeks.
So a little bit later. This one is great for sort of before Thanksgiving or right around Thanksgiving sales. Yours would be into December and beyond.
And they're both for 4 to 8 inch, but they both work in same container.
That's right. So 2 modern poinsettias for 2 different times of the market. That's
and
Selecta.
2 modern editors? Are we modern?
I would say we're extremely modern. And V-shaped. This beauty is called Aurora Queen, a late season novelty, say week 48 or later. That's very reminiscent of an old variety called Monet Twilight.
It's a big, robust plant, nice florist quality. And Gary did say that it is late season on the East Coast, but you could sell it 7.5 week on the West Coast.
Yeah, someplace with a drier climate.
That's right.
For some reason it'll bloom earlier there. Beautiful florist variety. Selecta offers some really interesting novelties, great for the early season, like Orange Glow and Lemon Glow.
And this year they have Peach Glow.
3 glows. Beautiful. Peach Glow is a unique peach color. It's very soft. A lot of people admire it. It got a couple of votes from the crowd. I'm not sure if the camera can pick up just the soft pastel nature of that peachiness.
Yeah, they were saying that it's kind of a cross between the cinnamon and a pink.
It's very nice. It's a very nice color. And I think these are early season, 7.5 weeks.
That's right.
So they would be great for that pre-Thanksgiving decorator who's looking for a non-red poinsettia. So that would be a great market item for them.
And Gary said that they're continuing to breed novelty colors, some of the core colors.
Yeah, and we're happy to see that. Even though reds dominate, and after December 1st, people only seem to want reds, at least the retailers.
Yeah.
There are a lot of novelties out there. So Jen, anything stick out in your head from what you've seen here at Heimos?
I like the Poinsettia sparkling.
I've got to say, it's the first time we've ever been able to talk about new varieties from Poinsettia. Gosh, I like them all.
Yeah.
I don't want to commit to anybody.
Well, you used to grow them.
Some of them are advertisers. I don't want to tick anybody off. I did used to grow them, so I know how challenging they are. And the prettier ones, like we should mention, Peach Glow, is sort of a lower vigor variety. You want vigor, you go for red. Some of these novelties are a little more challenging to grow, but I tell you what, the breeding has gotten so good, and all the competing breeders that really have to admit how good everybody's stuff is out here. So put the Thursday before Thanksgiving,
the week before Thanksgiving,
on your calendar right now, because I'm sure there's going to be a 17th Heimos Millstadt Poinsettia trial, and you should be here to see these things.
That's right.
We'll be here.
We will be here.
Osvaldo, you coming? He's nodding.
He says yes.
All right. We'll be back. For now, we got to get back to Chicago, but we're going to stop at Wally's.
Oh, for sure. I love Wally's.
Wait! There's one more thing I've got to talk about. Last year we talked about involucres, and you can watch that video on the link below. But this year we're going to talk about something just as important. Today I'd like to talk about cyathium. Cyathium. C-Y-A-T-H-I-A. You remember the involucre, and the involucre is a group of bracts surrounding the cyathium. The cyathium is a group, and very few people know that one is called a cyathium. Cyathium, from the Latin, C-Y-A-T-H-I-U-M, cyathium. So this is a group of cyathia, and one is a cyathium. What's interesting, when you talk to the uninitiated, they may say, you mean those little yellow things in the middle, the Martians? Back in the day, we had a variety called Sukjubi, and Sukjubi was a tetraploid, had very exaggerated cyathia, and it really did look like a Martian. So here was supposed to be the hair of the Martian, and those were the 2 eyes of the Martian, and what you really see, if you look closely, is we have a complete pistil, sigma style and ovary, And we have 2 glands for each that are nectar glands. So what's the point here? The point is the center of the involucre are the cyathia.
We are here to, well, look at poinsettias. How many poinsettias?
146 varieties out here.
146? Mm-hmm. How about 164?
No. I wrote 146.
It was 164.
Oh, it.
Seemingly, 2 identical. One of these things is not like another.
Well, they're both.
One of these things is not like another.
Is that the chorus line too? Oh no,
No,
that's
that's
not.
from, Sesame
Oklahoma. Oh, I thought it was Oklahoma.
Ready? Oh, and even alternative crops for the holidays. Hey, how about some alternative crops for the holidays? Okay, that'd be fun. It's discombobulated.
It's doing the shimmy, doing the shimmy.
I've never twerked before, and I plan on not twerking. Not on purpose, anyway.
You just did.